Waiting for the lights to go on and off, then on they go. And off they go, and the race gets underway, and it's a good start by Trafford King from the outside of the front row. John Labella, I can see in the multicoloured car, he's made a very decent start as well, a little bit further back, but it's King that's leading. De Graaf is
Wurton outside
second.
him, I think.
Yeah, Del Wurton on the outside. Can he make it around the outside as they go up into... There's the other one that's gone very well at start is John Labella, who's gone really, really wide and wide onto the grass indeed. So that's all got a little bit pear-shaped for him, just about keeps it out of the barriers though. There's a little bit of barging as they come around, one or two off onto the curbs and onto the grass on the exit of Graham Hill Bend in the upper midfield. But the leaders seemingly not affected as things stand, and it's Trafford King that has the advantage at the moment over Don de Graaf. In second place, someone very sideways there. We'll pick up on that in a moment, but they've kept it going, I think. Up and over the line they come, then it's King from De Graaf, then it is Wurton, and then Joe Dalgarno in the 93 car in fourth. The car that was sideways was that of Andy Stevens, number 151, the man from Congleton, in his third season of racing, the pale blue car. Up towards Druids they go for the second time, and it's still Trafford King that is leading the way of what looks to be a very competitive field.
Yes, it does indeed, and the strung out from all the way from Graham Hill Bend to Druids at this point on lap 2. Again, we've got one or two drivers using a little bit too much of the real estate, but back on.
There's Wurton in the 114 car, the driver from Derby. He's got behind him Joe Dalgarno, number 93, the farmer from Tadley, who lists Brands Hatch as his favourite circuit. It's where he had his first win in the MG Trophy, which he competed in before we switched to Type R Trophy.
Down to the low 56s, 56.3 plays against the pole time for Don de Graaf of 55.006.
Lap record is 55.34, so about a second off that at the moment. As Dalgarno and Wurton were certainly getting very close together through Druids that time. Here are the leaders, Trafford King and Don de Graaf, just pulling away slightly from Wurton and Dalgarno, and then Ollie Musgrave, number 19, in 5th position. He's been racing in this championship for a little while now, the driver from Frodsham, there in Cheshire. He's in 5th place, then there's Dalgarno. So the cars spreading themselves out a little bit now as we move on to lap number 4 of the race. Leaders coming through again. De Graaf has lost the fastest lap of the race to Labella now, who was spectacular at the start of the race. He's done 55.949 as he tries to recover ground after that very scrappy start that he made. There we can see Ross Borman. He's in 9th position, just behind Tom McFarlane. There's Labella in the 83 car, the driver from Hexham, 37-year-old in the DH Racing, Danny Hobson Racing prepared car. Just done some karting before coming into circuit racing. His dad was a rally driver, Giovanni.
This is getting seriously close, isn't it? In this little group.
It is. It's McFarlane, number 13, at the head of this group, the 35-year-old from Loughborough. Been racing since 2023, originally in the North West Sports and Saloon Car Championship with the VW Scirocco. Switched to the Type Rs last season. We've got the 74 car behind them as well, which is that of Richard Lindsay, the Yorkshire driver.
Yeah, the two Lindsays running together, 3 tenths apart as they are now. Leaders split off into pairs. This is that chase group we were talking about with McFarlane and Borman and the Lindsays involved in that, Huntley and Jones on the back of it.
Yeah, 10.5 minutes remaining, so we're yet to have a third of this race. Along the Cooper Straight they go into Surtees and McLaren. Bit of a lock-up there from Ross Borman, who switched to Civics from Clio's a few years ago. Still in 9th place, 9th place, yes, chasing after Tom McFarlane. And then ahead of them, a little bit further ahead of them, is Andy Stevens in the 151 car. There's quite a gap actually between 7th and 8th of nearly 4 seconds now. Here's Bourman to the outside of McFarlane, trying to get the cut back then on the exit of Paddock Hill Bend, but comes to nothing. The Lindsay's chasing both of them. And the Lindsay's getting alongside one another. Kai almost getting into the side of Richard there. And those two absolutely together as they drop down the hill towards Druids. It's still Richard ahead in the number 74 car. And Bourman still trying to find a way past McFarlane as well here. Also looks like Adam Huntley in the number 16 car might be trying to get involved as well. Another driver who favours Brands Hatch, driver from Bexhill.
Big moment there. Someone got really out of shape.
It was the driver I was just talking about, yes. Well, the driver from Bexhill's found the beach and he's got back onto the circuit again, only in his 2nd season of racing.
That'd be Bexhill, home of British motor racing.
Here are the leaders then coming up towards us. Still Don de Graaf right with Trafford King. We've not seen them for a couple of laps, but they're still right together, these two. 0.2 of a second apart at the beginning of this lap. And then Wharton and Dalgarno not too far behind. They're in their own little battle for 3rd and 4th. And then on his own in 5th really is Musgrave. Stevens got ahead of Labella on the previous lap. Andy Stevens, 151, getting ahead of John Labella, number 83, for the final place inside the top 6. As there's a car that is blown up, I think, by the looks of it, looking out of our window. There's certainly a lot of smoke just emanating from that part of the circuit, which you can see clearing on the live stream now. But I think everyone's survived unscathed as a result of that.
Yeah, looks like de Graaf's wound up the book a little bit. It's now right on the back bumper of Trafford King. 1.1 seconds between them and the chasers, and less than 1/5 of a second between 3rd and 4th, Wharton and Dalgarno.
Someone off into the gravel trap at Paddock Hill Bend. There is a yellow flag, so there is a car in there somewhere. We can't see who it is at the moment, but there are the leaders coming through.
You can see a car beginning to emerge through the Desert Storm.
Yeah, but we can't see what number it is at the moment. 41, I think. Would make it Andrew Cooper. Indeed it is. There he is, Andrew Cooper, director of the 750 Motors Club, on the board. And he's out of the race here. Into the yellow flag zone go the leaders then. King and de Graaf with just under half of the race to go. 7.25 minutes. Safety car's going to come out for that, as I thought it might do. With that car in a relatively prone position up at the top of Paddock Hill Bend. So drivers, I think, will have seen the yellow flags by now. Oh, maybe some of them haven't. Given that there's a little bit of, okay, there's a slow car. Okay, I think what had happened is that Joe Dalgarno possibly hadn't seen the yellow flags and managed to get past some other cars and has now let them back through again, hoping that all will be well with Clark, but he might still need to explain himself. It's only a day for a bobble hat, isn't it, with the wind? It's a nice sunny day at Brands Hatch, but it is cold in the breeze. Our marshals doing sterling work. There are many, many thanks to all of the marshals here at Brands Hatch today for all that you do this weekend and every weekend to support the 750 Motors Club and British motorsport in general. And you can find out more about how to get involved by going online. Always very appreciative of your support.
Because they weren't locked into Lappery at this point, it is going to reunite the field with whatever the remainder of the race is, probably somewhere around 3 minutes, I would think.
Yeah, the snatch vehicle is on its way to pick up the car of Andrew Cooper.
There's an attempt to keep some kind of temperature in the tyres. At the start of the races, it's the rear tyres that's the problem, because the driven wheels do obviously generate some temperature in their tyres, but the ones at the back are just trailing.
We actually lost another car at the beginning of the race as well. After 2 laps, Max Martin, who's switched across from the Clios, has gone into retirement. So we've lost Martin and Cooper, and we had David Walsh on starting. So 22 cars left circulating at the moment. As we're now behind the safety car here at Brands Hatch in the Tegiwa Type R Trophy. These cars all use yellow speed premium coilover suspension. There's a built-in roll cage, a bolt-in roll cage as well. That can only upgrade the brake pads, but ABS is removed. Standard gearbox. They run on MRF controlled tyres, which are very affordable to keep costs down. 14 rounds during the course of the season. This is a triple header. They have another of those at Snetterton in August, with double headers at Silverstone, Mallory Park, Cadwell Park and Donington Park, completing the balance of the season. Looking like a pretty competitive one here, because King and De Graaf, they were not separated by very much, and they weren't very far ahead of Worston Dalgarno when we had the safety car come out. Great grid for race 2, by the way, has the top 10 from the finishing order of this race reversed, so it's a partly reversed grid that we have for race 2. Grid for race 3 will be set by the results of race 2, but no reversal. So it's just the second race that has the top 10 flipped. At the moment, that's going to the advantage of Tom McFarlane in car 13. So that's why, one of the reasons why Kai and Richard Lindsay were both keen to progress, because that would put them inside the top 10 and therefore front row starting position for the second race tomorrow morning.
Kai managed to get past Richard at some point along the way. And Ben Ladder, who was in the hot hatches last year and a front runner in that, it was a bit of a different kettle of fish, I sense.
Yeah, he and Shay Kavanagh 14th and 15th. Kavanagh, who was successful in Class A of the Hot Hatch Championship last year. That will be getting underway soon. In fact, I can tell you when it gets underway. It gets underway at Donington Park on Easter Monday, when we'll also be racing for the Armed Forces Race Challenge, Carmel Porsche Trophy, Historic 750 Formula, and Mighty Minis as well.
Next month we're going to see the Swift Sport Challenge get underway as well.
Yeah, that's at Silverstone next month.
Stocking field.
Yeah, looking forward to that. And you'll be able to see both of those events on the live stream produced by Alpha Live at 750 Motor Club TV. Head to the 750 Motor Club website or the YouTube channel, and you'll be able to watch all the racing there, with the majority, well, not the majority, but about half of the events live streamed this year. Mostly at the start and at the end of the season. Well, we're not going to get very much racing, are we? Because they're still trying to recover this car. It's taking longer to recover Andrew Cooper's car than we might have thought. So I suspect that we might not see any more racing laps here, unfortunately, because there's now only 2 minutes to go, and the snatch vehicle is yet to move, and it probably won't move now because there's a train of cars about to come past. And Marshall, I think, still trying to get everything connected. Checkered flag. Yeah, checkered flag has gone out now. So, Trafford King, the winner, from Don De Graaf in second place. Dale Wharton took third. Joe Dalgarno took fourth place. Ollie Musgrave took fifth. John Labella sixth. Andy Stevens seventh. Ross Ballman eighth. Richard Jones ninth. And Tom McFarlane 10th, so he'll be on pole position for the race tomorrow morning. A shame that the race finished that way. It just looked like it was taking too long to recover that car of Andrew Cooper from its position at Paddock Hill Bend. So he was out of the race. Trafford King then gets his first win of the season. It's the start of the season he would have wanted, although he'd have wanted to, no doubt, had a full race as well. Equally, Don De Graaf was becoming a big threat as that race went on. John Labella, after his spectacular start, which involved making up some places and then getting on the grass coming out of Graham Hill Bend, he came back to get the fastest lap at 55.709 and finished 6th. Here's the confirmation of that result. Trafford King winning after 11 laps in car 42 in this Tegiwa Type R Trophy race. Second place went the way of number 15, which was Don De Graaf. Third went the way of 114 Dale Wharton. In fourth place, number 93, Joe Dalgarno. Fifth was number 19, Ollie Musgrave. In sixth place, number 83, John Labella. Seventh was number 151, Andy Stephens. Eighth was 66, Ross Ballman. Ninth was number 12, Richard Jones, and Tom McFarlane, number 13, rounded out the top 10. It was Kai Lindsay, Richard Lindsay, Jake Johnson and Mohammed Ben Lada. Ahead of Shay Kavanagh, Luke Emmons, Jordan Banks, Adam Huntley, Lee Rickard and Andrew Idwin, rounding out the top 20 with 2 other finishers being Jack Reynolds and James Millward. So that's the result of the 5th race of the afternoon, the Tegiwa Type R Trophy. Hopefully we'll have more racing action from them in their 2 races tomorrow. Cars can just see heading into pit lane, so hopefully very shortly we'll be able to head downstairs to hear from the top 3 with Josh. We've got more racing to come. There more tin tops next with the Falcon Racing Classic Stock Cats Championship. We've got the 5 Club MX5 Cup, and then races for categories that we've already seen today: the Radical Club Challenge, the BMW Car Club Racing Championship, and the 116 Sprint and 120 Coupe Cup. That's all still to come as we are about to head down to the pit lane. Josh Browett is going to be there with our top 3, Wharton, De Graaf and King.
So down at the end of the pit lane after the opening Tegiwa Type R Trophy race of the season, and a race win for Trafford King. Well done, Traff. A close competitive race to start the year, but you come out on top. Well done.
Yeah, it was good on that. It was bomb was fast.
Yeah.
So it was just a case of keeping to a line, really, not making any mistakes. Safety car maybe did us a favour at end there because he had some pace, but apart from that, it was good.
Start an important part of the race for you.
You what? Sorry.
Is the start quite important, I guess?
Yeah. Normally my starts are at the 1, but it was all right today.
Yeah.
So as soon as I got out in front, that was it.
As Matt and Joe aren't here, it sort of opened the championship up with new people at the front.
Yeah, definitely. It's always been close between everyone behind. This new ballast should mix things up a bit. Definitely.
Is that something you've tested with? Will that be a new thing tomorrow?
Had a go with anything, so we'll just bolt some ballast in and see what happens, really.
Well done, great start to the season for you. In second place was Don De Graaf, and we'll have a chat with Don. Well done, Don, second place, and a close race to start the year.
Yeah, no, really good race. I mean, I was gutted to see the safety car come out, to be honest, because I was having such a good race with King. But yeah, he won, he beat me. I've never managed to get off that pole position here. I've been on there 3 times and I just cannot get off that starting position. But I had lots of chances to get back past him, but I just couldn't get past him. He had a wide car.
And a year now racing this car, you sort of getting used to it a bit more?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm definitely getting into it now, and this is the most pace I've showed for a while. So, yeah, really happy with the pace. Just gutted I didn't win it.
Well, good luck tomorrow. And then in third place was Dale. First race in the championship, I think, in the podium. Well done.
Yeah, thank you very much. Over the moon. Couldn't get a better result, really. I mean, first would have been better, but yeah, buzzing. Good car, to be honest. First time in a front wheel drive racing. Yeah, I couldn't ask for any more.
What's your background?
BMW's Compact Cup, really. So I raced with Matt Wilkins last year, won the championship. So I was racing with him in the compacts. Yeah, I can't knock him. Yeah.
And it's a really competitive grid. That we can qualify. It's like 20 cars in a second. Amazing.
Yeah, all within a second, the top 15. Grateful to be in the top 6 there. I'm a bit gutted for Dave. Feel a bit like I've got a position up the grid now because he's off the grid, but hopefully we can carry on over the weekend.
And obviously, like guys were saying, the success ballast now, they've reversed grids tomorrow, so it's all mixes things up.
Yeah, it does. New to me, but yeah, I mean, we'll see how we get on.
I'm glad you had a good one, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
There's our top 3 from the Type R Trophy over there.